Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for today's pre-match press conference ahead of the third Betway One Day International between South Africa and Australia here in Potchefstroom. Joining us today we do have Heinrich Klaasen. Today's press conference is fully online, so to those of you who have joined us, please do indicate by raising your hand if you would like to ask a question. Great, Zahir will kick us off. Thanks, Zahir.
Hi, Heinrich. Hopefully you can provide a bit of insight on this. South Africa have lost a string of games across formats against Australia over the last couple of months. Just what is the difference between your side and theirs at the moment, and the fact that they've got the edge on you guys?
I think they're doing the basics very well, and we are quite far off with our basics at this moment, and the intensity they're playing at this moment is far higher than ours at this moment. So it's two departments that we need to catch up very quickly.
Thanks, Zahir. We're going to go Nathan, then Ken.
Hi, Heinrich. 2 games down against the Aussies. You guys had a nice team building session vibe for the block game yesterday. What will the objectives be for you guys in tomorrow's ODI game against the team booming with confidence?
Yeah, for us it's getting back to the basics. We need to do our basics well and raise our intensity a little bit. We've beaten them 3-0 before. I think the last game was in Potch as well, so it's for us a good challenge to be a little bit more under pressure now and to see if we can go 3-0 in the next 3 games to win the series. So a lot to play for. Obviously there's a lot of momentum that we want to take into the World Cup as well.
Thanks, Nathan. Ken?
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Heinrich? Those 2 things you mentioned, basics and intensity, how much of that do you feel is down to a bit of rustiness? Although, you guys have now played a bit, so hopefully that's coming to an end. And just for you as a batsman, what have been the difficulties that the Australian attack have posed for you guys?
Yeah, I don't think that's an excuse, to be honest. We're professional cricketers. Majority of the guys has been playing around the world during the off-season, so the intensity and the basics is not really an excuse. We're just off our game at this moment, and we're trying to find it to get back to it as quick as possible. And like I said, I think their basics are they're doing the basics very well at this moment, and that's not causing problems for us, but that's putting us under a little bit of pressure at this moment with the bat, that we have to manufacture things from their discipline, and obviously them scoring quite a few runs. Obviously the scoreboard pressure is also there, but they're doing the basics very well at this moment.
Thanks, Ken. I see Percival is next, but Percival will take the Afrikaans questions at the end of the press conference. So we'll just jump over to Johan then for those.
Hi, Heinrich. Rather struggle now and be ready for the World Cup. What's your take on that?
Sorry, can you just repeat that question again?
You guys seem to struggle a bit now, but rather now than the World Cup.
Yeah, we'd rather take it now, but it's still not an excuse. We still love playing for the badge and for the country, and that our performances are important to us. It's difficult to put on why we're not hitting our basics, because, like I said, the guys has been playing around the world, and we're still proud to play for our country. So we want to put in the performances and take some momentum to the World Cup. But yeah, we'd rather take 2 bad games now rather than the World Cup.
For those?
Thanks. Hi, Heinrich. Heinrich, what lessons do you think you can take from your time in the leagues that you participated in before the series over the winter? And is there anything you can take from that into international cricket?
Sorry, just repeat that question again.
Sorry, I was just asking what lessons you think you can take from the leagues that you participated in over the winter and what you can bring from that into international cricket.
Yeah, for me it's just to stay nice and patient and nice and calm out in the middle, not trying to manufacture too many things. I've been hitting the ball nicely. So for me, it's to stay calm and just trust in my processes and my ability to catch up quickly if I don't get off to a good start. And at this moment, I'm just feeling quite relaxed and calm in my game plan. So it's all about just carrying that over to international cricket, and because it's the same characters that we play, more or less around the world. And yeah, hopefully we can bring it around to the team environment as well, for the guys just to stay calm. All of the guys are actually in good form over the winter. They had good competition, so it's just finding a way to bring it all back together as a unit and staying nice and calm and just execute what we need to do.
Thanks, Fidoz. Telford, then Morgan.
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Heinrich? You've said a number of times now that the guys have been playing over the winter, but of course they've been playing for teams here and there and all over the place. Do you think part of the problem with South Africa's current performance is that you've got to kind of relearn each other as a team and as teammates and who you're batting with and who you're bowling with? Do you think that's part of the issue?
No, not at all. We've been playing, this unit has been playing for at least 3-4 years together, so that's not at all the problem and not an all excuse. For us, it's actually good that the boys are playing around the world, so we can keep our match fitness up and the competitiveness up, so it's always, and also lucky to play against each other. So we all know each other very well. We know our game plans and what we can do and what we can't do, so for us, it's literally just to get back to the basics and doing that better than what we've been doing at the last 2 games.
Yeah, next up, Morgan.
Thanks, Lucy.
Hi, Heinrich. Heinrich, you guys have had quite a decent record there in Poch over the years. I think your last 5 games, you've 400 bounce. What is it about Poch that suits your team's game so well?
Yeah, I think it's more that we bring the big teams to Poch. There's not a lot to do for them. I quite enjoy that we're bringing them all the way this way. We all stay in the village. It's nice and quiet here, so we don't give them the glamorous life that South Africa can provide. So I know the guys, spoken to a couple of guys, they don't particularly enjoy it. So for us, it's bringing them to these type of venues where we, as the youngsters or the younger guys in the group, play quite a lot of cricket and franchise cricket, and some of us played at varsity cricket here, so we know the ground quite well. And for other teams to come here, it's quite a different place. It's out in nowhere basically for them, so they don't really enjoy coming here. But we particularly love this venue. It's normally a very good wicket. The crowd has been fantastic always that we played here. So for us, I think it's more about just the location of the ground that the other teams don't like, and we're familiar to these conditions because we've, even in domestic cricket, the guys do pretty well on this venue as well.
Thanks. We're going to look to take the last couple of questions. We're going to go for those here and then wrap with Percival for the Afrikaans questions.
Thanks. Heinrich, what do you make of the balance of the team at the moment? Does it feel like maybe there's a batter or an all-rounder short in the last couple of games?
No, not at all. I honestly think it's just our basics are way off. If we nail our basics, then our balance is perfect. I think it's easy to punt or ask a lot of questions when we play badly, but the point of it all is our basics are way off, and the moment we can nail our basics, I think our balance of our team is perfect at this moment.
Here.
Aaron, just to double up quickly, on the, you said earlier, we got to lift the basics, we got to do the basics, we got to lift the intensity. How do you do that? Is it self-introspection? Is it from the management team? Is it, how do you actually execute the basics and lift the intensity? And then the second one, if you look at the rankings, like Australia #1 in the world, South Africa #6, is that, and the current results, is that just a fair reflection of the rankings at the moment?
I think if we play like this, then we probably shifting it down a little bit more. But you nail the basics, that's each to their own individuals. We're putting in the hard work. it's just a matter of time that it will click and then we will get it back. The boys are really putting a lot of effort in. Sometimes I think we're trying a little bit too hard to get the basics right, but I think it's part of the game as well. It's a small thing that probably will click and then we will get there. And our intensity in the previous game was a lot better in the field. So we're getting there. It's a build-up. Hopefully we will put everything together tomorrow.
Thanks, Ahir, and then we'll look to wrap with Percival.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Can I just ask 2 Afrikaans questions for your permission, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, Heinrich. Heinrich, ek vraag vinnig vir jou. Jy het 'n redelike 'n mond vol gesê en jammer dat ek moet 'n vraag of 2 moet herhaal. Net kortliks, hoe som jy tans julle vertonings tans op, meneer, en waaraan skryf julle julle sukkel vertoning op die oomblik toe op die oomblik? Jy het gepraat van julle met die basis goed regkry op die oomblik.
Ja, vir ons is net die basiese goed wat ons verkeerd doen. Ons sukkel om die paadjies te tref. Ons sukkel om partnerships by mekaar te sit. Ons veldwerk is alright en ons intensiteit was baie af om teen die beste in die wêreld te speel. So 'n paar fundamental issues wat ons het in daai opsig van om die basis verkeerd te doen. Dit is iets wat 'n mens verwag dat 'n mens moet reg doen op hierdie vlak. So vir ons is net om dit te probeer regkry. Ons is omtrent op 60% as mens eerlik sal wees, even of maybe nog minder. En as ons dit kan kry tot 80 tot 100% toe, dink ek mense sal dit nooit regkry tot op 100%, maar tussen 80 en 95% regkry sal ons in 'n goeie posisie wees môre.
En dan my laaste vraag, as internasionale spelers, as julle altyd baie gefokus op wat volgende op julle wag en môre se wedstryd in Potchefstroom natuurlik. Want die realiteit is julle het binnekort 'n wêreldbeker wat voor julle lê. As een van die leiersfigure in die groep, gaan hierdie teleurstelling sover, kan dit geestelik vir julle 'n impak op julle hê in die aanloop tot die wêreldbeker of nie?
Dis 'n moeilike vraag om te antwoord. 'n Mens wil graag na die World Cup toe gaan met bietjie momentum. So dis belangrik dat ons prosesse reg kry en die basiese goed reg kry. Ons werk hard op om dit reg te kry. So ons belangrik ook om hierdie series te wen. Dis nooit lekker om teen hulle te verloor nie en is altyd lekker of die laaste, ek dink ons het al 3 uit 15 games teen hulle of het hulle teen ons gewen. So ons het 'n goeie rekord op hierdie oomblik teen hulle in Suid-Afrika. So vir ons is net om bietjie daai momentum terug te kry na ons kant toe en dit is net om die basiese goed reg te doen, want toe ons die basiese goed reg doen in die 2 wedstryde wat ons gespeel het, het ons baie goed gespeel. So hulle doen dit beter as ons op hierdie oomblik en vir ons is net om momentum te kry sodat ons hopelik 3 in 'n ry nou kan wen en bietjie momentum World Cup toe kan vat.
Thanks. Great, thanks Percival, and thanks to those who joined online. Thank you, Heinrich, for joining us for today's press conference. Just a reminder for Australia's, which will be taking place at 1:45 with Josh Hazelwood. The same link will of course be used. Thanks everyone.